Hi, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're good. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. And I'm going to be continuing now with Genesis. And this is a track from their 1980 set list from the Lyceum Ballroom. And I think it was from the Duke tour. So, yeah, this track I'm going to be playing is called Squonk. And it was taken from their, I think it was 1976 album, A Trick of a Tale. So yeah, with further ado, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I think I may have heard this one before, perhaps from that album. I'm not entirely sure. So as always, I kind of love the stories that Genesis tell in their songs. So kind of really looking forward to getting a feel as to what this one is all about. And yeah, to see it live is great. So. Good evening. Let's turn it up a bit.
An open mouth, like the opens her a little dead and made up. We're talking and a bomb and we will go. With all the king's horses and all the king's men, they could never put a smile on my face. He's a shy one and he's a sly one, he can shoot me too. When he's scared to be left out on his own, he hasn't a friend to play with. All he does me, all the pressure on, and the bubble and buzz before our eyes. All the while, it was very tight. His tears are falling on the ground. Oh, but he don't stand up, he don't stand a chance. Na 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 na. You don't stand a chance. Go a little faster now, you might be a little tired. Mirror, mirror on the wall, his heart was broken long before he ever came to you. Stop your tears from falling. Surely leave it very clear for all to see at night. All to see at night. All to see at night. We come at night. It's season, out of season. Now tell me what's the difference when you don't know.
Sometimes I've got to pause it there. I always kind of get the feeling that this Lyceum Ballroom is quite a small venue because, like, the first track I listened to, and this track, it almost has like a studio feel about it. And even though I know it's live and that this is possibly one of their famous concerts, it does feel very intimate. Loving Phil with a beard and the Hawaiian shirt as well. How his style has changed over the years.
One hand pray, the other a stone. Oh, through the hot tub enters the watch out, you better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. I got you. Oh, I got you. Walking home that night, the sag across my back, the sound of sobbing on my shoulder. And suddenly it stopped. I opened up the sack that I had, a pool of losing tears, just a pool of tears. Why? 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 I don't know why. Just a pool of tears. Pool of tears. All in all, you are a very dying race, placing trust upon a cruel world. You never had the things you thought you should have had. You'll not get them now. And you're winding up the time. Your tears are falling on the ground. No, 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 don't cry.
So that was Genesis with Squonk live at the Lyceum Ballroom in 1980, and it's a lovely kind of. I can imagine this as an opening track as well, because it's very understated when it begins, but it's like a deep bass, and I think so you either start a concert with something really loud and explosive, or just something that's going to build and build. And I kind of really like that about the beginning of this song. So the lyrics are really interesting, and even though I have heard this track before, I've never actually listened to the lyrics. And it feels as if the story is from both the perspective of a young, maybe a boy, and also the perspective of the squonk, which is a mythical animal. It starts like father, like son, not flesh nor fish nor bone. A red rag hangs from an open mouth, alive at both ends, but a little dead in the middle. Tumbling and a bumbling he will go. All the king's horses and all the king's men could never put a smile on that face. So it's kind of talking about it's talking about how the squonk kind of feels about itself, but it's also talking about how the boy kind of feels about the idea of going out hunting. It just kind of feels dead inside. It's not his thing. He's a sly one. He's a shy one. Wouldn't you be too? Scared to be left on his own. He hasn't a friend to play with. The ugly duckling, the pressure on, the bubble burst before our eyes. All the while, in perfect time, his tears are falling to the ground. But if you stand up, you don't stand a chance. So it sounds like it's like the father saying to the son, you've got to be a man, you've got to stand up, or else you don't stand a chance. we're going hunting. This is what we're going to do. This will make a man of you. But I'm not really kind of sure that the son kind of feels the same way. So here I am. I'm very fierce and frightening. I came to match my skills to yours. Now listen here. Listen to me. You don't run away now. I am a friend. I'd really like to play with you. Making noises my little furry friend would make. I'll trick him, then I'll kick him into the sack. You better watch out. You better watch out. So the boy manages to catch the creature not through like brute force, but through like cunning and trickery. Walking home that night, the sack across my back, the sound of sobbing on my shoulder. When suddenly it stopped, I opened the sack, and all that I had, a pool of bubbles and tears, just a pool of tears. So walking home that night, the sack across my back, the sound of sobbing on my shoulder, and when it suddenly stopped, I opened up the sack, all that I had, a pool of bubbles and tears, just a pool of tears, just a pool of tears. So, in a way, the mythological creature that is a squonk dissolves into a pool of tears, but the boy's actually saying that all he has inside him is a pool of tears as well. They're almost identical creatures, this boy and a squonk, but perhaps from different circumstances. And all in all, you are a very dying race. Place trust upon a cruel world. You never had the things you thought you should have had, and you will not get them now. And all the while, in perfect time, your tears are falling to the ground. It's kind of like saying this is like survival of the fittest, both for the squonk and the boy. And the world is no place for like a sensitive child. Yeah, I think it's the lyrics are really, really good. This is what it kind of meant to me. And I think it's quite clever that they've taken the idea of this animal and transferred all its attributes onto the boy as well. So actually, I kind of googled this, and the squonk was actually, it wasn't maybe perhaps a creation of Genesis. There was a book by William T. Cox, and it was entitled Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods, and it was published in 1910, and it contains a description of a squonk, which is a creature from the Pennsylvania forests, so ashamed of its upsetting facial expressions, it weeps constantly, and just occasionally it just dissolves into a pile of water and tears. So there you go, and a really enjoyable performance overall. I enjoyed the story of this song, and always when you have a likes of Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel, they're both great Genesis storytellers in their own way. Phil Collins always comes across as this masterly little limp that darts around a stage, and this in its essence is kind of what you like to see from a Genesis live performance of those days. So let me know what your kind of thoughts and feelings are about this track. And I'm not sure which is the next track on their set list, but I'll have a look and I'll find an appropriate video to watch. I hope this video doesn't get blocked. I've been lucky so far. I'm not sure if too many Genesis videos gets blocked, but as this is a live performance, you never really know. So yeah, guys, I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that too. And until next time, take care of yourselves.